Hello, I'd like to tell you the true story about Charles Darwin. Now, Charles Darwin is credited as being the person who came up with the theory of evolution and the theory of natural selection. He did neither. What he did do is put forward the Islamic view on evolution, which they'd been practicing for over 1,000 years, and everybody knew about it. But nobody could credit the Islamic people because the Catholic Church and other churches would have killed them for doing so. So this was kept back because of the action took by the Church. And Charles Darwin should be credited for having the guts to put forward the truth, even though he knew the consequences of what was going to happen. But he wasn't the man who came up with the theory. This is just bullshit put out by people like Richard Dawkins, who portrayed Charles Darwin because he was white. And here's Darwin's cousin, who wrote Darwinism into social Darwinism, and on social Darwinism became the eugenics program that would sweep the world. And a number of people went in for eugenics. American presidents, they actually sterilised forcibly thousands of people in the United States because, according to them, they weren't fit people to breed because of the social Darwinism, and they would stop them from breeding. And of course, even our own Winston Churchill was a great supporter of the eugenics program. We could have better people if we stopped these people from breeding. And here's another guy who's supposed to be really far-seeing, but just look what was waiting around the corner thanks to social Darwinism. He didn't see that coming. However, Winston Churchill did, and Winston Churchill was beginning to understand he got it wrong, although in my view he didn't speak loudly enough. So this is it. He's here, the man who would implement eugenics that the world supported. And he even wrote a book based on the eugenic program or the social Darwinism, and his book was called Mein Kampf, and it sold millions of copies, and it went around the world. It was even sold to raise funds for the Red Cross. And here is the Duke and Duchess of Windsor bowing to the great man who was going to implement the eugenics program, which killed 60-70 million people. Anyway, after that, Richard Dawkins came up with a new book called The Selfish Gene. Now, this was pure fantasy because we don't have selfish genes, we have altruistic genes, and science backs that up. And here's another man, although after Hitler, who put forward the view that the eugenics program was the way forward, and his name was Julian Huxley. And there again we have the man teaching the eugenics program. But let me put this to you. If the stupid milk girls, who may have well been sterilised, had not got the cowpox, no one would probably exist today, because the bubonic plague would have killed all of us.